With Craig Button and Marc Denis. Gentlemen, it's American Thanksgiving, which is an important date on the NHL calendar. History tells us that only 23% of the teams who aren't currently in a playoff spot will recover and make it in. And right now, the only Canadian team in is the Sens. Craig, let's start in the East. Habs or Leafs? Who's got a better shot of overcoming the odds and making the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I would say Montreal. I mean, there's going to be times during the course of a season you wobble a little bit. You saw that with the Montreal Canadiens. But 2 consecutive wins where they've looked really strong. Once the goaltending found its level again, it was going to be good. They got talent on the team. And these are the types of things that help a team forge a greater strength as they try to get into the playoffs. So for me, it's definitely the Montreal Canadiens. And Gino, I'm going to just jump to the West. I know there's lots of concerns about the Winnipeg Jets, but I don't have any about them. I mean, we know they're not going to have Connor Hellebuyck. They've tightened up where they needed to tighten up in the last few games defensively to protect Eric Comrie. And now I think with the depth that they have in their group, that they're the team that'll find their way back into the playoffs in the West.
Greg, I agree with you. In the East, Montreal is the team with the better odds. 1 year ago, they were dead last in the league and ended up making the playoffs. They're in a better scenario, better situation this season. As soon as they figure out their goaltending issues, they will be better. This is a young group that is hungry because of that just little piece of cake that they got of the playoffs. They want to make it back. They don't know how good they are together yet. But, sir, I disagree with you in the West.
All right, Marc, unfold it for us. It is a tougher scenario in the West. Oilers, Jets, Canucks, and Flames are on the outside looking in right now. Craig says he likes the Jets of getting back in. Who do you like of surviving the West?
It won't be easy, but I like the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, they're accustomed to mid-season turnaround. They've showed us the last couple of seasons. And I do believe that this season, maybe more than others, they will figure out how to get a few more saves. They just got Zach Hyman back 6 games ago in mid-November. He's going to round out into form and help out. And you know what? I know you can't outscore all your problems, Craig and Gino, but scoring goals is still the toughest thing to do in this league. And the Edmonton Oilers just know how to do that.
All right, now, so as I mentioned, 6 of the 7 Canadian teams not currently in a playoff spot. Craig, I'll start with you, and Marc, I want your answer as well. Which team has been the biggest disappointment amongst the Canadian franchises to this point in the season?
For me, it's the Edmonton Oilers. And we tend to look at the past to try to explain the present. And they started out slow and they found their way to the Stanley Cup finals in consecutive years. But to me, the way they're playing right now, and it's not just the way they're playing or the results they're getting. It's kind of like, oh, yeah, we'll figure it out. Oh, yeah, we know we got to be better. Oh, yeah, we got belief in the team. You watch this team play, it's not good at all. And to Marc's point, if they want to get back there, and there's every reason to want to believe in Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, you know, they're scoring. The bottom line is this team has not been anywhere near the level necessary to compete for a Stanley Cup. And that's why I believe they're in a real struggle to make the playoffs, because I just see a team that, you know, they talk about the experiences. Well, if you think you're just going to flip a switch like you had the previous 2 seasons, I don't see it happening. I don't see them as a stronger team this year, and their play is much poorer.
Well, I'll tell you this, gentlemen. How is there a bigger disappointment than what's happening in Toronto right now? A lifeless team against an arch enemy at the Bell Center. I understand this is a glass half full type of era in Toronto, but I'm just not buying it. We thought that by moving on with Mitch Marner, we never hear again about the core 4, and they figure out all their leadership and the sandpaper they needed to bring. And now some of those players are being a healthy scratch for a better lineup. I don't believe what's happening in Toronto is enough to make it back in the playoffs. I know people were having fun in my expense when I said the Montreal Canadiens would finish higher in the regular season standing than the Leafs, but they're telling me that I'm right on track with that bold prediction.
What a difference a year makes. On this day last year, the Leafs and Jets were actually tops in their respective division. The Oilers weren't even in a playoff spot, and of course, they recovered, went all the way to the Cup final.